Nights, catching all the red eyes, oh yeah. Made it to the west side, why you wanna fight? You can't dim this light, oh no. You can't dim this light, oh no. You can't dim this shine, oh yeah. Hey, hey, hey. God, they call me fake, cause they see me make mistakes, but I'm not living for them, so I'm not afraid of they face. I done moved on from that place, zoomed on in this race, fight good fight of faith, yeah, all in KB flame, yeah, kill beat, no cane, give life my aim, stay fly like angel, Jesus my anchor, can't kick my feet up, just pull my seat up, driving like G's, bro, fast lane won't ease up. My chain, but don't get me crossed up, I bless your socks off, instead of trying to cross you, really showing love, I call that a hover. Had to let go of the feelings that I harbor. Yeah, I'm calling from the shores, I'm in deep waters, but I'm really about the faith, man, I'm unbothered. I don't wanna party, wake up in the morning like who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? I'm not really making comments. Never find like they do with any hunters. Top riding through the city in the summer. Do it how I wanna, do it how I wanna. Used to be still not really making comments. Never find like they do with any hunters. Top riding through the city in the summer. Do it how I wanna, do it how I wanna. Do it how I want. But they had my bag, it was just a front. Had to tell they hate a bag, take them out to lunch. When they throwing shade, I just go and get the cash app. Send them on some hundreds, show them love, don't react. And it ain't no act. Devil try to lie on me, all he do is tack. Auto sleeping on me when you wake up from your nap. See me overseas, Gucci down to my backpack. Yeah. What you know about sacrifice? You weren't there in the late nights. Yeah, you want the glory, but won't pay the price. But I breathe you another time of my life. To be something that the world hasn't seen. You want the shine, can't handle the heat. You want the glory without suffering. Used to be a still not really making comments. Never felt like they do with Benny Hannes. On top, riding through the city in the summer. Do it how I wanna, do it how I wanna. Used to be a still not really making comments. Never felt like they do with Benny Hannes. On top, riding through the city in the summer. Do it how I wanna, do it how I wanna. Stop trying to defend my name. I got used to the pain. Understanding it was all a game, it was all for my gain. Now won't let me go insane. Let me go. Insane. Let me go. Insane. In Jesus' name. Yeah. Praise go up, blessings come down. Favor ain't fair, Lord, this is what I found. Praise go up, blessings come down. Favor ain't fair, Lord, this is what I found. When the praise go up, angels surround. Pointing to you, Lord, as the blessings fall down. Praise go up, angels surround. Pointing to you, Lord, as the blessings fall down. I serve the God of favor, favor. I worship the God of Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We are about to get started. Thank you for joining us this morning. What you say, Lord? What you say is done, yeah. What you say, Lord? What you say is done. Whoa, I see the favor. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Blessings to you all. Make sure that you are like this broadcast and share with everyone and let everybody know that DEC is live right now. We are going on part 2 with capacity. We are going to be finishing up on what we was talking about on last week, Monday. Share. If you have shared, type that you have shared.
Later, I start hearing this melody.
Good morning to those who are coming in. Thank you for joining us. We also would like to know, where are you watching from? Wherever you are, type in the chat wherever you are watching from. So good morning to everybody. If you have not yet done so, join our Telegram group. Please join our Telegram group where you would get the notifications and updates on everything. Join our WhatsApp group. You want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook and Instagram page. We also on this Thursday coming up, we have the Power and Authority Zoom class. So you don't want to miss out on the Zoom class. You want to be able to get that link. So you have to join the Telegram group for you to be able to get that Zoom link. So you can be able to get that, that more interactive experience where you're on Zoom. You get to ask questions, where prophetic and prophesying goes on inside the Zoom class. So you don't want to miss out on that Zoom class. Last week we spoke about capacity. So today we're going to continue on with capacity. So we're going to be doing part 2. And if you have enjoyed part 1, type in the chat, put those fires in the chat if you enjoyed capacity on part 1. And of course, we always go over a little about what we was talking about on last week, and we're going to continue on, and I'm going to finish up today. So today we won't even be very long because we got to finish up on part 2, and then we have a part 3 because we also have to talk about the spiritual part of capacity. So we're going to go dive in on next week, Monday, with the spiritual part of capacity. So today we're just going to do part 2 of capacity, and we was talking about the physical aspect of capacity, and it's so much with the physical part of capacity, and I'm going to get into that. So also, guys, April 9th is our Resurrection Sunday service, so you want to be in the building on Resurrection Sunday. Easter Resurrection Sunday, which is Sunday, April 9th. At 10:30 a.m. Our new location is 6000 North University Drive, Tamarack, Florida, 33321. And also, we have merch available. We have our Power and Authority t-shirts with the lion on there. And we also have the anointing oil, which is online. So if you want to purchase those things, you can go online and purchase those things. And we also have them on Sunday. So if you come to the service, you'll be able to get those immediately. So capacity, brief to go over what capacity means. Capacity is the maximum amount that something can contain. So we was going over the definition on last week. Capacity is the maximum amount that something can contain. So I want to refresh your memory on what capacity is. It is the maximum amount that something can contain. Okay, so for example, I have this water bottle here. I have this water bottle. Okay, so this water bottle, I believe, is a 16.9 fluid ounce water bottle. So the capacity of this water bottle is 16.9 fluid ounces. So they can fill this bottle all the way up until its capacity. Now, if it goes over the capacity, it's going to overflow. So the only amount that this bottle can contain is 16.9. That is the maximum amount that this water bottle can contain, which is 16.9. That's how much water that can go inside of this water bottle. It can't go over that. It can't go over that. If it go over that, it's going to overflow. Now, look at this water bottle. Of course, I've opened it, I've drank it, so it's not up to its capacity right now. But if someone was to, get this water bottle and not use its capacity, right? So you're only gonna pour like they poured like half of the bottle. Half of the bottle, you are not utilizing the full amount of the capacity that this water bottle can contain. You're not using the full amount. So some of us, we have a big capacity, a 16, let's just use the water bottle as an example. We have a 16.9 fluid ounce of capacity, but some of us, we only use half of it. We don't even use our full capacity. Some of us do not use our full capacity that we have. So just like if someone was only to fill up only half of it, is not using the full amount that the full capacity that this water bottle can contain. So if you have like a great amount of capacity, but you are only using half of it, you're not utilizing your full capacity. You're not utilizing all the skills that you have, or the skills that God have given you. You are only using half of it. And if you understand, like, once this water bottle is at half of it, which I can show an example, pour some out, you will see that the top part, like if you can see here, is squished in. You're squeezing the life that you're not using. You are squeezing the life that you are not using. You are suffocating it, which it leads to frustration. If you're not using your full capacity, you're only using half of what you have, you become frustrated. You see how this is like, it's weak up here. It becomes weak. It's no longer steady because you're only using half. The other half that you're not using, it becomes weak. So you want to make sure that you use your full amount of capacity that you have. And if someone wanted more water, right? If someone wanted more water than this, they will not be satisfied with the 16.9 fluid ounce water. They will have to get maybe a bigger bottle of water, because I know they have bigger bottles of water, maybe like a 22 ounce, a 24 ounce fluid ounce of water. Maybe the bottle can be like this big. They won't be satisfied with this. So they will have to get a bigger amount, a bigger bottle of water. Are you guys catching me? Are you guys catching me? Thank you for watching from Kenya. Kenya, all the way from Kenya. God bless you. God bless you. All the way from Kenya. So are you guys catching me about the full capacity? Full capacity. So remember, capacity is the maximum amount that something can contain. As we was talking about the water bottle, you are capacity. You are capacity. You have a full amount that you can contain. Okay, so also is the amount that something can produce. Capacity is the amount that something can produce. And also is fully occupying the available area or space. Fully occupying the available area or space. You need to fully occupy your capacity. Fully occupy it. You have the available space. You have the capacity to do whatever it is that God have called you to do. You need to fully utilize your capacity. That's just like this water bottle. When they sell it to you, they're not selling it to you a half a bottle. They're selling to you with the bottle filled up. So they are utilizing the full capacity that this bottle can contain, and they are selling it to you. And I bet you when you go to the store, if you try to buy one bottle, right? This one bottle will cost you about $2, which is like, yo, why would I pay $2 for one bottle of water when I can get 32 bottles of water for like $4? I might as well get 32, right? So this one bottle here costs almost about half of what you're going to pay for like 24, 32, I believe, bottles of water. So this here is what's the word I'm looking for? Has value to it. So your capacity has value to it. When you utilize your full capacity, you adding value to yourself. Your full capacity have value. Somebody type value in the chat. Say, my capacity has value. You are valuable in the body of Christ, and you are valuable in this world. Especially when you are utilizing the full capacity. Somebody type, I am valuable in the chat. I am valuable. Good morning, Kirsten. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in with us. Good morning, Jamie. Thank you for tuning in. Your capacity has value. So it also means the ability or power to do, experience, or understand something. So also remember that capacity means the ability or power to do, experience, or understand something. Okay, so that's just like when you're in school or whatever it is, you're in training, you're learning how to do something new. You are adding to your capacity. You are adding to your capacity, the ability or power to do. So even if you know how to do something, right? But you are learning a better way to do something. So you are adding to that value. You are adding to your capacity. So when you're adding to your capacity, right, that means you are expanding. So you're no longer a 16.9. You are getting to a 20. You're getting to 20 ounce now. So you have to fill that empty space. You are valuable when you're using your full capacity. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. So also capacity is a specified role or position. A specified role or position. Capacity. If you are a teacher, that is a specified role or position. You have the capacity to teach. If you are a trainer, you have the capacity to train. If you are creative, you have the capacity to create. You have that capacity. especially those who are artists, they have the capacity to be creative. Some of us may not know how to draw, but we have vision. So you're still an artist because you have a vision. You visualize, you imagine. God created all of us for us to be able to imagine. Use your full capacity of your imagination. Capacity is also an individual's mental or physical ability. Mental or physical ability. Please understand that. We was talking about this last week. Capacity is an individual's mental or physical ability. Okay, so, and we were saying also the maximum production possible. The maximum production possible. Willingness, responsiveness, and the opposite of that. So you want to know the opposite, okay? So we cannot know what capacity is and not know what the opposite of capacity is, because we need to know where we are. So the opposite of capacity is inability, and effective, deficiency, and capacity. So when you are not utilizing your capacity, you have the inability to do something, you are ineffective, there's a deficiency there, and it is incapacity. The inability. So we are talking about physical capacity. Physical capacity. So as I was saying last week, everyone capacity is not the same. Some of us capacities are bigger than others. Some of our capacities are less than others. Some of us can be able to do multiple tasks in one day. Some of us cannot do multiple tasks in one day. Some of us cannot get those things done in one day. Some of us are able to handle more stress than others. Some people cannot do that because their capacity is not as big as yours to be able to handle certain situations. Those that in a doctor that are surgeons and stuff, they have the capacity to be able to look at blood all the time, to be able to do things under pressure. They have that capacity. For those people that is like in the military, they have the capacity to do things under pressure, being yelled at. They train them. They have to wipe away what they knew before and renew their whole minds, their whole brains to something totally different in a way so that they can be able to function as a person that is in the military. They are totally different. They are very disciplined and very focused. Are you guys catching me? So some of our capacities, we have a large amount of capacity, right? But some of us, we are not utilizing our full capacity because some of us may be stuck in places to where we are not able to use our capacity. We are in a place to where we are not able to utilize our capacity. Are you guys catching me? I'm going somewhere with this. So some of us, we may be on a certain kind of job to where we are stuck. We are stuck to a certain amount of things. Like you have these great big ideas, but you cannot utilize those great big ideas because that job does not serve those type of ideas. So you are not able to use your full capacity. You're not able to use your full capacity. So as we was talking about like last week, those people that are in sports, right? Normally they have a bigger capacity of endurance, strength, mobility, and flexibility because they train and they're focused. Their main goal is to expand. Their main goal is outbeat the old capacity. So our main goal is to outbeat our old capacity. I remember, I'm gonna tell you a story. I remember when I was in high school, I used to wrestle. Now, before I started wrestling in high school, I always was, for some reason, I always was strong. I was very petite, but I was always strong, and I just love, like, I love to battle. I love to fight. Not saying that I was like a fighter in school or anything of that nature, but I love to show off my strength. That was something that I love to do. I love to express that. So I had the capacity of strength. Like I was very strong. And I remember when I started wrestling, I began to add to that capacity. I began to train. They began to show me different skills, show me different takedown skills. So as I was training, I was getting stronger, and I was also learning different moves and learning different techniques. You would train totally different than normal people. You have to be able to lift a certain amount of pounds. You have to be able to run. You have to be able to go through certain pain. Like you just can't stop there, because what if you come into somebody that you in a match, right? You come into somebody in a match, and if you are not trained, you're not going to be able to face that person, because you have not built yourself to be able to endure in that match. You won't be able to last. You won't be able to know how to take down. You won't be able to know how to get out. So I had to add to my capacity of what I knew. Because what I thought I knew about wrestling, what I thought I knew, it wasn't really what I thought I knew. Because what I really knew, only what I knew how to do was like from home, or from me watching different, because I used to watch wrestling and stuff like that, or like street fighting. So that's what I knew, but I didn't know the trained way to take down. So you can't go against somebody that is trained and you're from the street and you think you're going to go against a trained person. You're not going to win that battle. So even though I was already strong, I already had that strength that God had already naturally given me. But once I became a wrestler and I started training to wrestle, my strength got stronger. Some of us, we think that we are strong now until we come against something that is stronger than our capacity. And we give up in the middle. We cannot give up in the middle, because that is God's trying to build our capacity to get stronger. We go through different things, we go through situations, but that is a way that we build to get stronger. For you to be able to endure certain things. Some churches have the capacity to heal, deliver, set free, and some churches don't. So if you are going to a church where you're looking for healing and that church does not heal, you are not going to get healed in that place, because that church does not have the capacity where the spirit is moving and hovering, where healings is breaking out. Are you guys catching me? You have to set yourself in the atmosphere where there's healings, deliverance, where prophetic is going through, where there's freedom is flowing, when there is no boundaries, where the power of God is moving, because that church has that capacity. Are you guys catching me? So sometimes some of us, we want to be able to flow in the prophetic. But if you are sitting under a church that does not flow in the prophetic, you will not be able to do that. You have to sit under a church where the prophetic, where the environment, where the prophetic is flowing, so that you can be connected to that prophetic atmosphere. That church has the capacity. Are you guys catching? You want to elevate. You want to expand your capacity, right? You want to elevate, you want to expand your capacity, but some of us are sitting, we are sitting and in different churches where they've been going through the same cycle over and over and over again. There's no elevation going. There's nothing is changing. It's the same old thing, the same old thing. So you keep going in cycles. Keep going in cycles and cycles and cycles. Is not elevating. So you want to elevate, but you are stuck under a church that is not elevating, that does not have the capacity to elevate. You will have to sit under a ministry where those things is flowing, where that atmosphere has that elevation, where you can elevate, where you can expand, where you can utilize the skills that God have given you. You can become very frustrated if you are not utilizing your capacity. You can become very frustrated if you're not utilizing your capacity. You will feel like you are stuck. So, I want to last week I was saying I was going to go over talk about the Daniel. So if you guys can turn with me to Daniel 1 and 8, I want to show you something. Daniel 1 and 8. I want to go over this very fast because I have to get ready for work. All right, so Daniel 1 and 8, Daniel 1 and 8, Daniel 1 and 8, Daniel 1 and 8. We're going to talk about Daniel 1 and 8. Daniel 1 and 8. How Daniel did not defile himself. How Daniel did not defile himself. This is how I wanted to go over last week. Daniel 1 and 8. This is with the physical capacity. I'm talking about the physical capacity right now. Daniel 1 and 8. We also have to be mindful of how we're taking care of our bodies so that we can utilize our capacity, because if we're not taking care of our bodies, we are not able to do certain things that God have called us to do, because if our body is weak, if our body is lazy, we are not able to do the things that God have called us to do, especially to flow in your assignments. Daniel 1 and 8. We're going to start from Daniel 1 and 8. It says, but Daniel resolved that he would not defile himself with the king's food. So if you guys understand, like back in that chapter, the king was giving them, the people, certain kind of food that they was eating and the drinking and all of those things. He was giving them a certain kind of food, right? But Daniel refused to defile himself with the king's food. So we all know about this story. If you don't know about this story, you can go and you can check out, that story with Daniel. Daniel would not defile himself with that food, because Daniel understood that if he partaken in that food, he is partaking in what they're doing with the king, is what the king is doing. Daniel would not defile his body. Okay, so he did not defile himself with the king's food or with the wine that he drank. Therefore, he asked the chief of the eunuchs to allow him to not defile himself. And God gave Daniel favor and compassion in the sight of the chief of the eunuchs. And the chief of the eunuchs said to Daniel, I fear my lord, the king, who assigned your food and your drink. For why should he see that you were in worse condition than the youths who are of your own age? So you would endanger my head with the king. 11 says, then Daniel said to the steward whom the chief of the eunuchs had assigned over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, Test your servants for 10 days. So he was tested for 10 days. We're going to test him for 10 days. Test your servants for 10 days. Let us be given vegetables to eat, vegetables to eat and water to drink. Vegetables to eat and water to drink. Listen to this. Then let our appearance and the appearance of the youth who eat the king's food be observed by you. So you're going to see the difference between what Daniel was eating and what the king was feeding his people, was feeding his servants. You're going to see the difference. Because Daniel had a revelation. So test your servants for 10 days and let us be given vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance and the appearance of the youth be who eats the king's food be observed by you, and deal with your servants according to what you see. So it's like, who's going to make this deal, right? Who's going to make this deal? Knowing that if they only ate vegetables and drink water, and the outcome not be as what Daniel has envisioned, the revelation that Daniel has said, the revelation that he have caught. Who's going to make that deal with the king? Who's going to risk that? Daniel already knew. So he listened to them in this matter and tested them for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, it was seen that they were better in appearance and fatter in flesh than all the youths who ate the king's food. Daniel, they was better in appearance and they was fatter in flesh than the ones that was eating the king's food. Daniel would not defile himself with the king's food. You cannot defile yourself with just eating different things. That is slowing down your momentum, your energy, that is sucking the life out of you. So you are not able to utilize your capacity. So the steward took away their food and the wine, and they were to drink, and gave them vegetables. So now he switched up their whole diet. Switch up their whole diet after what he saw. Switched up their whole diet. As for these four youth, God gave them learning. Listen, God gave them learning and skill in all literature and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Do you guys not know that there are certain things that you can eat that feeds your spirit? Good morning, Jordan. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. There are certain things that you can eat that feeds your spirit. When you take care of your body in a certain way, your vision is more clear. Because you are not weighing down your body with a bunch of other things. Are you guys catching me? Okay, I have to go. At the end, okay, yeah. So God gave him learning, skill in all literature and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. So guys, remember, we are talking about capacity. Your physical capacity. Build on your physical capacity. Do not eat things that weighs the body down, that clutters up your vision, that clutters up your mind. but you want to eat the right things. Daniel ate vegetables and he drank water, and his body appearance was different than those that was eating the king's food. He did not defile his body because he understands that his body is a temple of God. Your body is your temple, and you need your bodies for you to be able to do the things that God have called you to do. You need to be strong in strength. You need that flexibility. For long life, you're planning on living for a long life, but you're defiling your body. When you're taking care of your body, God gives you more vision and clarity and wisdom. Because this is the body that he have given you. When you understand that your body does not belong to yourself, and you understand that this is the body that God has created me to be, he's created this body for here on this earth, you must do the right things in order for you to live on this earth. Take care of yourself. Build your capacity. Get stronger than what you were before. Clear your mind. Fill your mind up with spiritual things. Those things that are causing you to stress, you need to let it go. Stop worrying about things. Build your mind and renew your mind every single day with the word of God. It makes things so much easier. It makes life so much better. Especially when there are certain things that we are causing upon ourselves. You do not want to spend your life going back and forth to doctors having to take this kind of medication, that kind of medicine, this kind of medicine, because something that you are doing. But God have given you the capacity for you to be able to take care of yourself, for you to be able to do the things that he have called you to do on this earth. He gave you that capacity. And you have to take the capacity that he have given you, and he given you the ability to build on that capacity. Add to your knowledge, add to your skills. Don't just be stuck with what you used to know. Don't just be stuck with what mama told you, what daddy told you, but add to that. Don't be stuck in places where you cannot utilize your capacity, your ability. But God have given you certain gifts and talents and desires for you to utilize it and make his name glorified. Daniel did not defile himself, and he understood. He understood that. All right, so guys, I have to go. We're gonna have to continue with part three next week, Monday. We're gonna be talking about the physical, not the physical, but the spiritual capacity on next week, Monday. We're gonna talk about the spiritual capacity, and that you do not want to miss. You want to make sure that you're sharing this broadcast. Let everybody know that we're going to be live on next week, Monday. Join our Telegram group. You don't want to miss this Thursday Power and Authority Zoom class. We're going to be on Zoom, guys, so make sure you tune in on Zoom. Thank you everybody for tuning in. You want to grab a seed, guys, grab a seed, please. You need to sow into this message and what we was talking about with capacity. So remember, you have to understand that when you are sowing your seeds, you are exchanging. So you want to build on your capacity. If you have not been building on your capacity, this is going to help you elevate. It's going to help you be able to go with speed. Okay, so you want to sow into this. And
valley of the shadow of death, I can take rest, cause the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed, and even if I don't, I see it as a test. Cause I was lost until you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do to separate my love from you. You came to set us free. You came to set us free. I am no longer bound. You came to set us free. I'm so thankful you ain't drive me in that pit. Hey, nah. Saw my soul inside that famine, said that's it. Great now. You never breaking the call winner. I just can't ball with the gold winners. Fast forward, turn to a road runner. Spirit caught me here, go get it. Shed blood, gave me lemonade on the stove in it. Pick me up. Always see me turn, always chasing after Vicky. Took me to his crown and gave me peace and chose to cleanse me up. Now I'm testifying, know your greatness, this a different love. Go, life been hitting hard, let's take it slow. Take a walk by the river and let you flow. Cause Lord, you are all I ever want. You're all I ever want. Cause I was lost until you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do to separate my love from you.
All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in with us today. Thank you all for those who that sold into this. May you expand your capacity. I hope that everyone caught something from this. If you didn't watch part one, I need you to go back and watch part one. Part one was fire. It was definitely fire. If you guys have enjoyed it today, part two, I need you to drop those fires in the chat. Let me know that you have enjoyed, that you've learned something from today. And I really pray that you guys are really, that you're going to expand your physical capacity, that you're going to build on your physical capacity, that you're going to add to your knowledge, you're going to add to your skills, add to what you already know. That you're going to start doing the right things and making sure that you are taking care of your physical temple, not just your spiritual, but your physical, because they both go hand in hand. You need both. You need your physical and you also need your spiritual, especially your mental. And so, like, you need to take care of your mental stability. You don't want to be all over the place to where you just all emotional and you just always just being offended by everything. Guys, if you're dealing with offense a lot, there's what is his name? What is his name? It's called The Bait of Satan. The Bait of Satan. If you can type it in YouTube, you can watch The Bait of Satan. And Satan he like for you to be offended. He like for you to be in defense all the time, just be offended by different things. So if you watch The Bait of Satan, it's like very, very, it's really good. If you really watch The Bait of Satan, you can find it on YouTube. I can't remember the guy's name. But I remember our spiritual mom had us watch The Bait of Satan on YouTube. You're dealing with offense and things of that nature. So you want to make sure that you are mentally stable. You don't want to be all over the place to where you can't get along with people. You don't know how to take correction and things of that nature. So you want to, we want to be kingdom people here on this earth, because we are the light here on this earth. You guys have to understand that we are supposed to be bigger, and we're supposed to be stronger and better than these people, than the people that is in the world. They are not supposed to be outbeating us. We are supposed to be the ones that are on top. But we have to make sure that we are doing the things that we have to do on our own, that we are taking care of ourselves, that we are building, we are expanding, that we are elevating, and we are not sitting under places to where we are stuck, to where there's no elevation is moving, to where there's a bunch of drama and toxic things going on. So you want to make sure that you are sitting in an environment that is conducive to your spirit, conducive to your capacity, to where you can be able to expand and understand. So as you guys can see, this water bottle is half filled right now. So I don't drink it. It's half filled right now, so it's not filled to its capacity. Don't be like this water bottle. Don't be to where you are only utilizing half of your skills, half of your capacity. You have a bigger capacity, but you don't want you to suffocate your capacity. You don't want to squeeze it, because that's when you become frustrated. So you guys want to make sure that you are also adding, elevating, expanding. Okay, you don't want to be stuck. It's some things that you can do on your own that can get you moving. Okay, guys. So blessings to all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching from Kenya, California, Maryland, wherever you are from, Florida. Thank you, the Florida family, DEC. Make sure you guys tune in on Thursday. The power and authority Zoom class is going to be fire, guys. It's going to be fire. So as you guys can see, that this ministry is flowing with deliverance. This ministry is flowing with a lot of wisdom and understanding, and demonstrating the power of God, to where you are being able, you are being taught to prophesy, being taught how to use your power and authority in the things of God. So these things are very vital, and it's very important that you as a child of God, that you know your rights, that you know your authority, that you are walking in these things, that you are not just talking, but you are walking in these things. And you need to be able to teach somebody else, so that they can grow with you, so they can grow and they can understand. So you also have to be teachable, and you also have to teach somebody else. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Blessings to all of you, and I will see you guys on Thursday, and also we'll see you guys on Monday for part 3. We're going to be diving into spiritual part of capacity. So blessings to all of you. God bless.